Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Look at, I'm so excited. We are getting through this one so fast. Yes, I know it's been showing up quite a bit, but that's because I'm getting so far, and that's not how you fold that. Wow. It's like my first day. Nope. Here we go. Here we go. So, this is getting to almost be the size I need. There's the other half of it right behind me. And then we have this side here. So, between the two sides, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know, my camera's just a little bit too close. Let me pull back just a bit. So I got a full sleeve over here. This is the finished side, and this is the side that I'm working on. And we're getting pretty darn close. And it turned out that they're opposite. We got the dark in the middle. Oh, this is going to turn out to be such a beautiful sweater. Super excited you're here today. Let's do a few rounds and hang out. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker, put that beside me. But this is all I got left of the blue. See how sad my little scheme looks now? It's not going to last longer. I'm going to get comfortable here. So, I think I have to make another one of these for somebody else. So I'm going to have to get some yarn together for that. But it's another little person, so I'm thinking something similar. And yeah, I can go from there. Purple and teal are her colors, so I was thinking purple, teal, and maybe a bit of black. And we'll see how that goes. And we're going through this, and I do have the great big whites that I haven't even opened yet. From my bigger Mary Maxim order that I made a few months ago, where I got 2 giant big twists in black and 2 in white, and I got a couple grays and brunette, and then I got a whole bunch of the Cabu, the really soft bamboo cotton from Lion Brand. I'm going to make a nice top out of that, but now I'm also rethinking the whole thing and thinking, maybe I should grab some more whites to do a white shirt that I can wear to work during the summer when it's crazy hot. Because yes, it gets hot here. Ridiculously hot. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I might want to do just something loosely crocheted and white, because I can wear white or black shirts to work. That'll probably help me out quite a bit during the summer, because yeah, I do have to go outside sometimes, and yeah, wearing pants all day. I'm looking for some super really lightweight pants, and I think I have some that I'm going to be picking up here pretty quick with big pockets, because I like big pockets. And they look like they're going to be super duper comfortable and very, very lightweight, so they are definitely going on my yes please list. I went through, don't do that. I don't want to go through this down here. I'm going through the chain, or sorry, the chain hole. Oh goodness. And here we go. Get through that. I'm gonna get a cold drink soon. I think I just finished my coffee a few minutes ago, which is why my hands are moving the way they are. Super fast. No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm on a roll with this one, and the motion is just flowing. It is just doing well. I'm not splitting the yarn very much. Not really. I have a couple times, but nothing to the point of like how the black is. I find the black is very, very splitty. but it has a beautiful black, and once it's finished, it looks great, and it's soft, and it's cushy, so I'm going to look the other way and just be careful with it. That's all. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn a little bit so that it stays comfortable. I'm going to just rest my elbows on my knees so they feel nice and supported, because sometimes my neck gets a little sore when I'm leaning forward like this, and other times it's not bad. Sorry, sometimes I just like to make a little weird do noises just because I'm celebrating. When I'm in a good mood, I will make little noises like that just because I'm letting people know that I am in a pleasant mood. Da 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 da. So while I'm working, I'll just do little like celebrations like they do in video games. Like, say you won a battle, you get a little victory song. Helps me get through my days, I guess. And these double crochets are just going so well. So I'm thinking for my next projects, maybe trying a different approach. I think another hexie cardigan I will do just like this, but then the next ones, as you can tell, I've got a few people that are looking into them. I might try a different stitch, because I've seen some really neat ones, herringbone, all sorts of fun stitches done up with this basic pattern. So as long as you can keep it a hexie, 6 points, 6 corners, so it folds the right way, you can use any stitch you like, and that is really neat. Such a fun way to make this even more accessible to the average person who can crochet. And I mean, a beginner can do this very easily. They just take their time and make sure you put your corners in the same spots every row. It'll still grow. Believe me, it will grow. You just have to keep your corners where your corners are, and that is it. And just keep going around. Other than that, there's not a lot of measuring or any of that, because of course you size it to the size you want. Personally, I gotta keep this one fairly small, so I am probably going to be doing a row of white around everything, I think. But I don't think I have to do a thick one in the middle, like I had to do with mine, where I had to do like a whole panel and attach them, because I needed a lot more yarn than I had available. But I do like the black in it. It really makes the other colors pop. See, now that is splitting the yarn. So this is what I mean by splitting it. I went through and got through almost all of the different threads building the yarn, but that one occasionally will do that. See, that time it didn't do it. Doesn't do it there. It's just once in a while one of those will pop up, and when that happens, I try my best to notice it. See, happened again. I don't think it's me. I don't do this very often, but I do occasionally. It could be just that these hooks tend to do this to the yarn, which is totally fine. As long as I know it could happen, then I'm not too worried about it. It's just something to keep in mind. And we go through there, and 2 and 3. Then we get through another 1, 2 and 3. I've been trying to keep my crochet to not be so serious in my heart. I have had moments where I've cried during my journeys. Things didn't work out, or I was just finding something too complicated, or my brain just was hurting from trying to put more new information in it. That's happened. But I'm at a point now where I don't let it get to me. If it's not working today, it'll work another day. If I can't get this started today, I can get it started another day. I'm not making it into like the end of the world like I used to. And it's making my enjoyment of the hobby go up, especially considering I have very limited time for it. I took one whole day out of my 3 days off, and I mostly crocheted, and a lot of it, to be honest, wasn't even for filming. I didn't film it. I threw on some 90s jams, and I had a really good time. My daughter danced, we played Barbies, I crocheted while she played Barbies, we had a Barbie dance party. It was beautiful. It was definitely something I really enjoyed. Had a really good time doing. And I got to do something with my elder daughter today. So she feels like she is my girl, and she is. Both my girls are my girls, and I'm making sure that I spend a lot of time with them this weekend. They've been feeling a little bit like I'm in and out and so tired at the end of the day that I'm just running on empty in a lot of ways, and I'm going to bed when they go to bed, so I'm tired. I am super duper tired. So instead of just holding up and hiding on them, I'm going to make sure we do something fun. I'm going to do some hair, probably do some nails, you know, the stuff that makes a girl feel pretty. And we'll go from there. And just flowing on through. Giving this just such a nice look and feel. I do really like this yarn for its color, its texture, and so far it has been very nice to work with. I will say that I can understand why people like it. This is an example of why I've heard so many good things about it. This yarn here, this ombre, has just been lovely to work with. I have been flying through this project. My hands don't hurt. I'm not having to use a tight grip. It is just absolutely liquid. If that makes any sense, I hope it does, because it just means that it feels like it's just natural. I'm not having to pull stitches too tight. I'm not having to force into a spot that's too tight or make weird shapes. It just is. So that's what I mean by this is a very beginner friendly, intermediate friendly. If you've been crocheting for years, this is still a nice, easy, no worry pattern where you don't have to count every 2 seconds like, oh, I'm counting that, I need this, I need that. As long as you know where your corners are, that's the main thing. Just keep your corners where they're supposed to be. So I did go back to using my old broken down tripod, and I think it's holding pretty steady today, so that's good. Very happy. Last time I tried to use it, it just kept on tilting. And today it seems to be doing just fine, so that is exciting. Because this is a much more comfortable way to sit than the other way that I was sitting. And right on through. Beautiful stitches. And we're just going to go through like that. And again. Perfect. And again. And again. Just loving it. The colors are great. The texture's wonderful. Like, I am really, really enjoying this one. I'm going to be happy when it's done because it's going to be really cute. I think this one's going to turn out to be a super cute sweater. But at the same time, I'm also really enjoying the journey, so that's nice too. Nothing like making something that is a joy to make, not a chore. Sorry, I got a little close to myself. I got excited. Trying to keep it under the camera. There we are. And we're going through it. Getting close to another corner. So if you've never made one of these, I do suggest trying one, just for the sake of getting to know how these patterns work. Because you don't have to necessarily use the same stitch, but the basics of the pattern are actually very nice for a cardigan. Super easy to work with. Super beginner friendly. Intermediates would have a great time, and experts would just feel nice and relaxed because it's just not one of those ones that you really have to fight. Because some patterns, with the influx of AI patterns and whatnot, how hard it is to determine if the pattern is real or if a pattern will work. Going through Etsy, and I'm getting so frustrated at how many times... Okay, so I might talk about it in the next video, actually. Yeah, I'm looking for a specific pattern, and I'm finding that there are a lot of knockoffs and people stealing this person's pattern. It's making me very frustrated because I really want to support the person who created it because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've tracked it down through Ravelry, but I tried on Etsy, and it's hard to determine which one is the original. Thankfully, I've done enough research where I have figured out who it is, and I am going to buy it right from her website rather than Etsy or Ravelry. Simply because she's getting ripped off, and I feel very frustrated for her. Because this is going to be a very nice project, and she did a lot of hard work to make it the way it is, and I wanna support her. So she did a PDF, she has a video, and it is quite viral, this pattern. It's the one where it's a butterfly cardigan, and it's the leaves. It's their wings. You're wearing their wings. And yeah, I've tracked it down to who started it, and I'm going to have to buy that from her because my youngest, who's 5, would really like a monarch butterfly one. She really wants to have it look like she's wearing butterfly wings. So I will have to adjust it, but before I do that, I would like to make sure that the original author is compensated. I did find it for free in a few different places, and it looks like her stuff has just been uploaded that she already made. So I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that she gets my money to use her beautiful pattern. And I feel really good about it, so I'm going to do it that way, and that is it. Anyhow, I don't have to tell you about it in my next video. That was the whole thing. I just feel very frustrated how many times I'm looking on these other ones thinking they were slightly different. No, they're hers. Just slapped a new picture of an AI person on it and made it into a goobly goop. All I see are just comments constantly, don't buy this one. Doesn't make sense. Incomplete, this and that. And these people are charging about $15 per, or a little less. If you're looking for a deal, it's probably going to be AI slop. So I'm not very happy about that. I knew this was going to be an issue at some point, so I'm super glad I have my big library of older crochet magazines and whatnot that I have accessible, because soon enough it's going to be even harder, because we've all seen how many people want those AI amigurumis and whatnot, and they look crisp and pretty, and we can't make that. The patterns don't even make any sense. The shapes don't work. That's kind of going to be something that's going to catch up to the actual makers before we know it. But anyhow, thanks for joining me here today at all the crackers in the box. And I will see you again very soon. Whew, almost done. Almost done. Bye.